Yeah, at the end it was very dramatic.
And we are back with Chris Eubank Jr. Good to see you. Chris Eubank Sr. and Ronnie Davis, Kalle Sauerland. Chris, let's hear your thoughts on this fight. Are you disappointed, or are you proud, or?
Of course, I'm disappointed. This is boxing. You don't always get things your own way. It was a great fight. I felt I did enough in the later rounds to nick it. But George, he had a great game plan. He was on form and he stuck it out to the end. So full credit to him. I hope he's okay. I hope he's in hospital now. But it was a good fight. One that won't be forgotten.
Was he better than you expected?
What's that?
Was he better than you expected?
I know George is a solid fighter. You can't become a world champion without being, good. Did I underestimate him a little bit? Maybe. Did size come into it? Yeah. I felt the size difference. I'm not a natural super middleweight, but he did what he had to do. I felt I was getting a lot of success inside. His jab was, he caught me with a few jabs here and there, and I guess that was enough to, win some of the rounds.
What do you remember about the cut happening, Chris? We didn't really see if it was a punch or how it happened.
George headbutted me a lot in that fight. I don't know how he didn't get points taken away from him, but this is one-on-one combat. You do what you have to do, and that's what he did.
It seems that he's dislocated his shoulder. Did you see it happen? Did you know it was going? Did you try and finish him off, or were you unaware of it?
No, I didn't know his shoulder was dislocated. No, I didn't know.
Chris, in hindsight, did you place too much faith in those sparring sessions all those years ago?
I wouldn't say that. I trained hard. I didn't slack off preparing for the fight. I think that the sparring sessions maybe gave me a lot of confidence, but we progress as fighters, and obviously he isn't the same fighter that he was when we had those sparring sessions.
Tactically, Chris, do you think you started a little too slowly, maybe similar to the Billy Joe Saunders fight?
I think so. The cut, I couldn't see out of my right eye for pretty much most of the fight, and that affected my style, and I had to resort to loading up, because every time he would move to my right, I couldn't see him, so I would just throw big punches. Tactics is a big thing, and he tactically he did the right thing. He negated some of my work early on, but I did feel that towards the end of the in the later rounds, I was hitting him with a lot of shots and hurting him. But it is what it is.
How did the cut happen?
He headbutted me.
In the second round, was it?
I think so. I mean, he headbutted me all throughout the fight.
Third round.
But, I think the cut was the third round.
Even in defeat, do you feel that you learnt a lot tonight, and what you need to improve on?
You learn from every bout. The answer about my chin, I think, was answered tonight. My heart, I don't think my heart's ever been in question, but I stuck it out, and that's just how I am. I'm a warrior. I don't stop. This is what we do. This is the life I live.
Chris, you mentioned earlier about size. Did George hit harder than anybody you faced in the ring?
Yeah. When you're fighting a man who's over a stone heavier than you, you feel it. You feel it in the clinches. You feel it in the punches. It is what it is.
with what you're saying, is your future in the super middleweight division?
You know, I'm going to take whatever route I can take to win a world title. I know a man, the man that beat James DeGale is he's out there, and you know, I'm sure he's, you know, willing to defend his belt. So that's a potential fight for me. There's some great fights down at middleweight. So, you know, I guess it's just you know, which one we can get first.
There's a lot said in the build-up about this. You were confident. You think in defeat will that change your outlook and how you go into fights and what you say beforehand?
No, I'll always be confident. I'll always believe in my abilities. Yeah.
Junior, Adam Cruz said in the lead-up that this was a nightmare matchup for both of you. Do you think outside of the context of the World Boxing Super Series, this is a fight that would have happened anyway, or maybe something that you wouldn't have done?
No, I don't think the fight would have happened, and that's actually one of the reasons why you know, it's a big reason why I entered the tournament, because I wanted to fight George. Now that it has happened and it was a great fight, hopefully we can get the rematch on.
He didn't perform. He didn't perform. No, he's a lot better than what you saw tonight because he was just loading up. I mean, there's a cold, hard truth of it. He's a good fighter, but he didn't show it. No combinations, just power. But it's okay. You live and learn. George fought the precisely correct fight. Always standing off, always fainting, pretending to come in, but didn't. When Junior got in, held, and actually manhandled and tied him up. Perfect tactics. So we congratulate him.
We've not able to change that from what you were saying to him.
Obviously not.
No.
Obviously not.
What were you telling him to do differently?
Close the distance. You know, close the distance.
Do you think it was a fair result, Christian?
Yes, I do. And Junior does. He hasn't seen the fight, but it was, you know...
I need to watch it back. I mean, in my mind, I did enough in the late rounds to nick the fight, but I have to look back at it because obviously I don't see what the judges saw, I don't see what the public saw. It was a very close fight. You know, I was hurting him. He was pretty much close to being out of there at the end of the fight.
Nearly got him out in the 12th, yeah.
So, you know, it's hard for me to say that he beat me, but I'll watch the fight back and analyze it.
Ronnie, how do you assess Chris's performance?
It wasn't Chris in there tonight. He followed him about instead of closing him down. I kept saying to him, and his dad kept saying, close him down, which he didn't do. Close fought, totally a great fight in my opinion. And he lost the fight, simple as that. He shouldn't have done, but he did.
Chris, were you unable to implement what they were telling you to do because of how George fought, or did you just not take the advice on?
When you've got an eye full of blood for the entire fight, it changes how you fight. It changes your mindset and what you're able to do. But I feel I closed the distance on multiple occasions throughout the fight, connected with good shots, hurt him. He never hurt me. You know, he caught me with you know, kind of glancing blows and you know, jabs here and there. But yeah, you know, this is what happens. You know, you have to deal with getting cuts. You know, this is the first time I've been cut in my career. So, you know, it's a good experience. I've learned.
Chris, are there changes you feel you need to make after this fight?
I'm going to watch the fight back, assess the situation, and you know, in a defeat, there are things that I guess, you know, you should look to change. What those things are, I don't know yet.
And if George's injury means the whole boxing final, will you jump in the boxing final?
I guess that's a question for for Calais here. I don't really know the rules on that.
Would definitely be on the list, yeah.
On the list? I better be top of the list.
It's a decision that's taken by the board. I'd make my recommendation and then the board of promoter decides.
Very diplomatic.
Learn from you, Chris.
Yeah. All right, guys. It's been a pleasure. Hope you enjoyed the fight. I'll be back very soon.